Hi friends! Welcome to our second writing lesson. I hope your first week of online school went great. I was really proud of all of your writing and can't wait to see what you come up with next. Our goal this week is the same as last week. Students will be able to write one paragraph with the help of a flow map, and students will use transition words, correct punctuation, and capital letters. We are still working on our I Survived books, and today we're going to write a second chapter or a second paragraph to go with it. So remember, we are living through history right now, so we are creating a primary source that one day we'll be able to look back on and remember all the things we did and all the emotions we were feeling during this time. So today we're going to have two big ideas. The first big idea that we're going to write about is, when did you hear that we were going to have school online? And the second big idea is, what was your reaction to the news and how are you feeling? So, in order to get organized, we need to make a flow map. So, pause this video right now and go get yourself a piece of paper and a pencil. Alright, now that you have your piece of paper and something to write with, let's go ahead and fold our paper to get ready. So, you're holding it this way. Fold it in half once. Again, remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Should look like this. Fold it one more time. Now it looks like this. We can unfold it. And it's ready to go. Alright, so we're going to start by writing our first big idea in the box. Remember, we're only having two this time. So our first big idea, when did we hear that we would have school online? So we can just write school online news. And put a box around that. So I first learned that school was going to be online on March 13th, and I read about it in an email. Our second big idea is what our reaction was to the news. So in your next box, you can write my reaction. These can be things you said, how you were feeling, however you very first reacted to the news. So my first reaction was that I was sad because I was going to miss all of my students. But I was also excited to try something new. And I was glad that the learning wasn't going to stop just because our school building was closed. So, glad learning will not stop. For each big idea, I want you to have 2 or 3 details for each one. You can always add more though if you have a lot to say. Alright, now we are ready to add our introductory sentence. So, if you want, you can keep it going like a journal by stating the date and what you're doing. You can start with a quote, a fact, a statement, something that's going to make your reader interested in what you have to say next. I'm going to keep going with the journal idea, so I'm going to say, today is March 30th, 2020, and I am writing this from my backyard. Period. Remember, at the end of each sentence, you need to have a period. We are still practicing social distancing, and we are now completing school online, period. Now we're ready to add our conclusion statement. Remember, it needs to start with a transition word. So I'm going to say, to summarize The school campus is closed, but I am excited about teaching online. I am happy that I am still able to see my students when we have Zoom meetings, period. Final step for our flow map is adding in our 2 transition words for our big ideas. I am going to use first, I'm going to write it on the top of my square and put a circle around it, and in the beginning. And again, put a circle around it so you don't forget it's there. And now we are ready to type up our paragraph. Couple of reminders before you start typing. If you want to, read through your flow map with a parent, a sibling, a stuffed animal, or your pet. That way you can practice saying what you want to type before you go ahead and actually type it. And the second thing is, I really want to make sure you are capitalizing the word I every time you type it in your papers. I noticed a lot of people left it lowercase, but you always capitalize the letter I when we're writing, okay? So don't forget about that. Now we're ready to type. I've already gone ahead and typed up my paragraph, so here's an example of what yours should sound like. Today is March 30th, 2020, and I am writing this from my backyard. We are still practicing social distancing, and now we are completing school online. I first found out about this news on March 13th, 2020 from an email from the school district. The email told me that the school campus would be closed and we would be moving to having school online during that time. In the beginning, my reaction was sad. I was sad because I would miss seeing my students so much, but I was also excited about the challenge of learning something new. I was glad that the learning was not going to stop due to the closure. To summarize, the school campus is closed, but I am excited about teaching online. I am happy that I am still able to see my students when we have Zoom meetings. Okay friends, now you're ready to write your own paragraph. Remember, the first step is to create a flow map, and the second step is to type it up. You can just add this paragraph on to the Google Doc that you already created for me and just keep resubmitting that. That way, by the end, you have all of your paragraphs for your book in one space. Let me know if you need any help or if you have any questions. I love you and miss you. Bye!